in color. The continuing story of Peyton Place. Starring Dorothy Malone as Constance Mackenzie, Ed Nelson as Michael Rawson, Ryan O'Neill as Rodney Harrington, Barbara Parkins as Betty Anderson, Tim O'Connor as Elliot Carson, Christopher Connolly as Norman Harrington, Patricia Morrow as Rita Harrington, James Douglas as Stephen Cord.
Norman Harrington, unable to sleep on a hot and troubled night, has wandered out into the Peyton Place Square, trying to find a way to feel a little less guilty about his young wife's pregnancy. A pregnancy that seriously complicates her heart condition. Suddenly, the accident of time and place, of people living in a small town, brings Norman face to face with an overwhelming sight. A man drives up to the Peyton County Courthouse, to the jail. There is no doubt that the man approaches the barred window of one of the cells. There is a terrible familiarity about the man, and there's no doubt in Norman's mind that this incident in the darkness will dominate his life for months to come.
George!
What's the matter, Chandler?
That's all I'm burning up inside. I don't know what's the matter with me. I was still 102, 103 temperature.
You'll be all right tomorrow.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what's the matter. I got a sharp pain in my side. Well, maybe I got appendicitis. Never had my appendix out.
Look, relax, Chandler. You'll be all right tomorrow.
Please get me some water. I gotta have some water.
All right, get your pitcher. All right. Get yourself.
Yeah, it's a gun. No, you don't try to be a hero. You're a family man. You don't be a hero.
Get those phones for me, will you?
Clarion? Oh, just a second. Elliot?
Tell them to call the UPI of the AP in half an hour.
Call the UPI. What? Oh. He says it is the UPI.
What?
He says it is the UPI.
Well, get his name. Tell him we'll call him back in about 15 minutes.
Give him your name and phone number. Call you back in 15 minutes. Yes? All right.
Get this one, will you?
Hello? Must have heard me coming.
Chandler escaped.
What?
Yeah. About 3 o'clock this morning. Fake sickness of some kind. It all called a guard over, stuck a gun in his ribs, whacked him over the head, and then took off.
Oh.
At least he can't get at Rachel anyway. They're setting up a 24-hour guard around her room.
Well, where did he get a gun?
Now, you tell me, Dad. You tell me.
Who all went in to see him?
Yeah, we had Harrington, because Chandler worked for him. Larry Gardner, the public defender who got stuck with Chandler. And then there's Charlie Hagan, who works for the White River Herald. And Lee Weber.
Yeah, Lee Weber. He was a friend of Chandler's. In fact, the only friend that Chandler had.
Yeah.
Did Lee own a gun?
Well, not according to the police license file.
Nobody around here would sell him one after what happened.
Well, Gardner and Hagan are clean. You're going to try and tell me that Harrington did it? Why? He's got to have a reason.
Don't you think there must have been somebody else?
Probably. But that somebody else didn't walk through the front door.
All right, you want to lie back there?
Where's Norman?
He's outside in the hall.
He was here yesterday, wasn't he? Why wouldn't you let me see him?
Yeah, you're feeling a little better today, aren't you?
I wish you'd let me go home. I'm not sick enough to be in the hospital.
Rita, you're pregnant.
Are you sure?
Yes, quite sure.
How wonderful.
Now, wait a minute. It may not be all that wonderful. I asked you and Norman to wait, remember?
Baby. Oh, I'm so happy. Please don't say anything awful right now. Can I see Norman?
All right. But just for a minute. I want you to get some rest. Don't tire her out. Hey. Come on, a face like that'll scare her to death.
Oh, no, we're going to have a baby.
Yeah, I know.
That didn't sound very enthusiastic.
Well, Dr. Rossi's been following me. I got the test results.
Well, don't listen to him. Oh, I'm so glad to see you. Do me a favor. Smile.
I don't want anything to happen to you.
Nothing's going to happen to me, I promise. Suddenly, it's very important for me to stay well, and I will. Don't worry.
Dr. Rossi said...
Listen, people can do completely impossible things if they just want to enough. And I want this baby. It's going to be strong, and I'm going to be strong. Because that's the way I want it to be. I know I can make it be that way if I just want to enough. I know I can. Doesn't matter what Dr. Rossi says.
Rita. Rita.
Go away.
Rita, listen.
I don't want to hear.
You've got to.
Why?
Because I'm scared.
It's going to be okay. You say it. Just say it's going to be okay.
How can I?
Please.
Rita. I love you.
Then say it.
It's going to be okay.
There you are, Adrienne.
Hello, Martin.
I've been looking for you.
I took a walk.
I'm curious to know what you think. What your impressions are.
The grounds are lovely, beautifully cared for.
I want to know what you think about Stephen.
I really haven't thought much about him. I wish I could steal your gardener. He must be a very talented man. He's managed to keep everything pruned and clipped. Yet very charming.
I'm happy my garden pleases you, Adrienne. But I'd rather discuss Stephen Cord.
All right, Martin. I found Stephen Rude, ill-mannered, and hostile.
Oh?
I've met dozens of young men like him. They used to flock around my husband. They come in various needs and assorted egos, ranging from large to overpowering. But in their well-tailored suits, they're all alike. Cold, self-centered, calculating. And in Stephen's case, extremely hostile.
In other words, you thought a great deal about Stephen God.
In other words, Martin, your plan won't work.
I can understand your reluctance to discuss the subject. He did put on quite a show.
You seem amused.
Only because of his Pavlovian reaction. It was exactly what I anticipated.
But didn't you ring the wrong bell?
Exactly the right bell. I've been observing Stephen for several years. He has a distinctive behavior pattern. He's quite predictable.
And what you anticipated was instant antagonism.
Oh, I knew he'd have a strong emotional reaction to you. But I didn't dream it would assume such proportions.
Am I supposed to be glad that you aren't disappointed?
You should be pleased that things are going as well as they are.
No, Martin, I don't agree with you. I don't think your plan has a chance.
Why don't you let me decide? Or would you rather leave us? Is that what you want?
No.
Good. This is the best place for you. Isn't it, my dear? You certainly don't want to go back to Boston. Or New York either, for that matter. Come, Adrienne. Let me show you my roses. Adrienne?
I want to talk to you, Weber.
Starting to look the role, aren't I? Mr. Peyton's man Friday.
All right, cut it. I want you to give me some answers. Chandler's out. Somebody gave him a gun, and he used it to escape.
So what else is known?
Only a few people went to see him in his jail cell. You were one of them.
So what?
Now, if you know where or how he got that gun, you better come across with the information, or I'll make sure the police pull you in for questioning.
Oh, get off of it, counselor. You know, the police don't have a thing on me. For that matter, neither do you. Oh, Mrs. Van Leyden.
Bring the car around, Weber. I'm taking Mrs. Van Leyden for a drive up the coast.
Yes, sir.
Mrs. Van Leyden admires my roses.
Well, I don't blame her. His roses are remarkable, aren't they, Mrs. Van Leyden? But then, so many of his hobbies are.
I'll just be a minute, Martin.